Hey guys, this Crypto Mary. She does a little bit of everything. Let's have some chismes, gossip, zin. That's three languages. Chismes is gossip in Spanish, and zin is in Creole. Why? Because the story keep on repeating itself. And we have been, as crypto investors, we have been scrutinized by the media saying, well, Terra Luna was a scam. That crazy Sam Bankman with FTX was a scam. And we're aware of that. There were bad apples for the cryptocurrencies. But for how long we've had bad apples in the banking system? You know what they did to them? Fine them. Give them a fine. And then business as usual. Nothing really happened. Nobody lose their job. Nobody lose their bonus. Nobody lose their position. They still the big CEO and making millions in bonuses and business as usual. So since Bank of America was the latest one, so let me read something to you about Wells Fargo that was fined $3.7 billion for creating fake accounts, and somehow the story repeat itself. Bank of America find themselves in the same, you know what. So let's go. Wells Fargo ordered to pay $3.7 billion for a way of violations. Okay, the story getting juicier, y'all. Let's do it. Wells Fargo has been ordered to pay $3.7 billion in penalties and victims' compensation for alleged illegal practices that caused thousands of the bank's customers to lose their home and vehicles, federal regulators have announced. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau ordered the bank to pay $2 billion in consumer redress and a $1.7 billion civil penalty, which is the largest fine the CFPB has ever levied against a single financial institution. That was in 2020, yeah. According to the CFPB, Wells Fargo customers had their vehicles wrongfully possessed, were illegally charged erroneous fees and interest charges on auto and home loans, and were also charged unlawful overdraft fees. More than 16 million consumer accounts were affected, the agency says. And a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission made in late October, aka known as SEC. Crazy Gary Gensler. Wells Fargo said it was in resolution discussions with the CFPB on investigations regarding automobile lending, consumer deposits, and mortgage lending. Wells Fargo and the CFPB. This is hardly the start of Wells Fargo's runs-in with the CFPB and other federal regulators. The bank's fake account scandal, in which Wells Fargo admitted in 2016 to creating millions of fraudulent accounts for customers without their consent. Isn't it something, y'all? Was followed by a string of CFPB reprimands and other federal actions. Wells Fargo, based in San Francisco, is the nation's third largest bank based on domestic assets, $1.69 trillion as of to September 2022, according to the Federal Reserve. In its third quarter earning file with the SEC in October, the bank reported $2 billion in operating losses due to litigation, customer remediation, and regulatory matters primarily related to a variety of historical matters in the quarter. Wells Fargo CEO Charles Scharf, SCHARF, said on the company's earnings call. Guys, let's see. Those losses amounted to a 31% dip in quarterly net income year over year. In the third quarter, Wells Fargo reported $3.5 billion in the net income, according to a filing with the SEC. That's down from its net income $5.1 billion in the third quarter of 2021, according to public filing. Schaff, who became CEO in 2019, has been trying to put the bank's regulatory woes in the review mirror. As we have said before, we and our regulators have identified a series of unacceptable practices that we have been working systematically to change and provide customer remediation where warranted, Schaff said in a press release when the CFPB actions were announced. This far-reaching agreement is an important milestone in our work to transform the operating practices at Wells Fargo and to put these issues behind us. The current action could affect even those who don't bank with Wells Fargo. Observers say when action is taken against a bank of that size, it has ripple effects throughout the consumer finance industry, says James Hawkins, professor of law at the University of Houston Law Center. Every time the CFPB takes action against the bank, all the other banks are watching to see what happens, Hawkins says. So it's always a cost-benefit analysis for these banks, right? They are trying to see how likely it is they are going to be penalized and how much the penalty is going to be. When they see $1 billion fine, they think, oh, the lawyers think, hey, we better keep track of what's going on so that we don't get this kind of fine as well. As we can see, since the story repeats itself, what happened to Wells Fargo, $3.5 or $3.7 billion was fined to them. Bank of America did not learn anything from the penalty they received because the story repeated itself a few years later. And my thing is, if that were to be one of the crypto platform, would they take it down altogether? Would they close it like Celsius, like a Voyager? Would they sue Coinbase, Binance? Like, it's the hypocrisy of the whole financial system just doesn't make sense. This is not the first time those banking systems are making those fraudulent, those disgusting fake account, different things going on behind customers, consumers' back. And they still in business. They still keep it moving. But if it was cryptocurrency, somehow they would have taken them down like nobody's business. Let me know how you feel, yeah. Now, this is the Wells Fargo. I'm going to bring a second one for Bank of America because they just fined them some money. And it is for you to judge, is it fair for them to be so harsh on crypto platforms? Coinbase trying the best they can to go by the law, do the right thing, by the rules, and they still don't want to regulate crypto. And these banking systems are milking the system, and they still in service. They still CEO. They still get the big bonus. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Maybe I'm in the wrong profession. Subscribe. Bye.